What's up, guys? I'm here with the Ram.
Here in my garage.
About to do the new mod for the Ram, but the first thing I want to do is get off that fender well because there's something I need to fix. Something that I haven't fixed in a long time. It's something because I did a mod a while ago, and I'm gonna finally address that now that I'm in the garage and it's pretty warm because I got the heater going right there, nice and toasty. So let's get that fender down and I'll show you what's up. All right, guys, I got the well down, and I must tell you, I hate getting these things off. They're always just a pain to get down and put back together. But anyways, here's the problem I'm trying to address. Whenever I painted this and took it off, made it very loose, and I think I found a solution. Let me grab a light real quick. Okay, so if you look down here, there's my whole set turbo, and this is just the coolant from the other day that fell whenever I unhooked the coolant line. So this is nothing to worry about. But in here, there is my antenna cord. So what I'm gonna do is zip tie it to those holes there, and that should fix the problem. As soon as I zip tie those cords, the problem should be solved, and let's get it rolling. And there we go, guys. I threw a layer of tape up there, if you can see that, onto the antenna, and then I also zip tied it down here. So I'm gonna pull you out real quick, and right here, you can see it's pretty firm. As firm as you can basically get it. And I can't tighten this anymore because, well, the layer of paint in there makes it so I can't tighten it. So that is good. It's all good to go. I'm gonna get this fender back up. Probably gonna coat a little bit of paint under that. There we go. We got that fender back on the truck. I'm gonna bring you over here and let's go get that mod over there at the table. And we're at the table over here. So here's what I have left of that kit. The EGR delete kit, that is. There's not much left in here. Box is pretty beat up. Yeah, all there is these bolts to mount that bracket, which really didn't work. And then you also have a ton of other bolts for that bracket as well. So that's all that's left for the EGR delete kit. So over here, we got the throttle valve delete kit. So what I'm going to do is open up this box and show you guys what it looks like. There it is, a nice blue color to it. Very awesome. Full metal. Gotta love it. So this kit came with the EGR delete kit as well, but you can buy this from Sinister Diesel for about $100, and then the EGR delete they sell it for about $200, and I think it was on sale and they actually sell it for $350 or something crazy like that. So what comes in the box is the metal, very nicely made, throttle valve delete, a new gasket, and new bolts. Which you could probably reuse your old ones, but it's nice that they give you new ones, so you could just, I guess, put the old ones back with your actual throttle valve. So yeah, let's get this installed on the truck. So I'm going to bring this over. There's all the EGR stuff right there. Got my wrenches. So I'm going to just put this right here. Now I'll put it over here. And yeah, so in the truck here, where your throttle valve actually is right here. So as you can see, it's not going to be the easiest thing to take out, but it shouldn't be too bad. Now that we got the EGR out of the way and we got this just plate here, got a little bit more room to work with. I just moved the light down there to make it easier to see, but there's going to be a bolt here, and then a bolt back in there. I'm hoping there's not a fourth one. I know on the throttle valve delete, there's 4 places to screw. Glad that I bought a Southern truck from Tennessee, because I couldn't imagine if I bought that truck up in New York, that newer one, and everything was just rusted out in here. I wouldn't be able to take anything apart. Or if I bought an older one that was just rusty. I know even the old ones, and even if it is from the South, they'll probably be a good bit rusty too, but I mean not that bad. Of course, nothing compared to the North. But there's one bolt. Seems pretty easy to get out. I'm gonna get the second one. Now here comes the second bolt. I'm probably doing a little bit opposite. People just take the boot off first and then worry about it, but I'm just going to do this so that we don't have to worry about dropping anything in the boot. Yeah, I just use my own strength to turn these. There we go, got that third one there, and it seems still pretty in place, so I think there may be a 4th bolt back there. That sucks. There definitely is a 4th bolt back there somewhere. I just got to figure it out. And oh yeah, check out this. My friend made it for me, and yeah, it's all handmade and everything, like the old way, the old-fashioned way. Look how amazing that American flag is. It's made fully out of wood, and the stars are actually custom wood stars as well, glued onto there, so that's really cool. I'm just going to go ahead and remove this clamp first by unbolting that on the boot there, because maybe that will make it easier to find where that 4th bolt is. For the clamp, I'm using a 7/16 and I was able to turn the bolts with an 8 metric wrench, which actually fit a 6mm socket though, so whatever. So I guess I'll get this out first out of the way, and then we'll see if we can get that boot off and figure out where that 4th screw is. There we go. Got that clamp out. There's that clamp. Now the problem I'm having is that the rubber has been on there so much, it's probably been heated up, cooled down, and everything so much that it's really hard to get off. It's basically glued on there. I've been using a screwdriver and peeling it because it's so stuck on there, but I think I should be able to get it off. Talk about a tight seal. I finally got the piping off. There she is. This is now free. I can feel the butterfly valve in there. Now I just gotta find the 4th bolt. Finally, after some long wrenching, I finally got that bolt off. It was very, very hard. It wasn't easy. It wasn't exposed and easy to get to like this. It was actually in the middle of metal, and it was very tough to get to. I'll show you what I used right here, and I used a 8mm, 9mm to get that out. Just get a setup like this, and you should be able to get it. Now, keep in mind, your hose is going to be in the way, and you don't want to drop that screw in there. Could be catastrophic. And then I realized I took all 4 bolts out right here, and then I realized, why is this still not coming off? And then I remember how the hose, I had to really get that off there with a screwdriver because it was basically melting on there. And this gasket was actually melted too. If you look at this, my throttle valve, it's pretty beat up because I was hammering at it to get that off there, and now I should be able to peel it. Yeah. I watched a video of 2017 and it just comes right off, but as you can see, that just peeled off. That did not want to come off easily. That's just terrible. It's disgusting. And that butterfly valve, at least, you know, it wasn't almost jammed closed or anything, and air was still flowing through it, and it looks like it caked so much that it's not going to close. But yeah, a lot of people just take these off and then leave their EGR on. After they tune their truck, this can close shut, and then, well, your truck is probably going to blow. But yeah, that sucks. It looks like mine's not anywhere near getting stuck. Yeah, mine won't get stuck. Oh, and there it is. Stuck. So that is why you need to delete this immediately, because this is bad. It's not coming back. So yeah. And there it is. So that is why I'm not ever going to put this back on. Hopefully I don't ever have to, and if I do, I'll probably buy a new one because that is disgusting. There is so much diesel soot just caked on there. This engine has been eating so much soot for the past how many years, I don't even know. That is so gross. Check this out. Let's see what happens when I just put the towel in there for 2 seconds, just for a little bit. Oh yeah, that's what the truck has been breathing in. The truck has been breathing in diesel soot for a very long time. Alright, and the kit should be right there. It is. Okay, so I'm gonna put my back on first. Put that right there. We got the clamp on the hose, and now I got my kit right here. And also the gasket. Hopefully that one also doesn't melt onto the metal there. That would suck. So I do like how this is made out of metal, not rubber or plastic or anything. You know what would be cool? And I was talking to my friend about this, is that if that hose was a clear hose, because then you could just see the fluid going through it. But then again, I also like it blue, and how it matches some other parts like this in the truck. I also wish they made all the blocker plates blue. That would be kind of cool instead of just making them chrome. Not really a fan of chrome. So here it is, guys. It's pretty cool. Free flowing air. No dumb butterfly valve closing and making you breathe in soot. Sounds terrible. So I'm gonna see if I can feed this in there with one hand. We got that in there now, and I was hoping that the words would be on the outside, but trust me, I twisted it 360, and CNS is not going to be on the outside. It's going to be on this side, I think, somewhere. So let's get that gasket and screws on there. I also noticed that the screws on here are not the same. They're not bolts. I'm gonna have to get those wrenches to be able to turn these instead, which I think this will be a lot easier because I'm not gonna have to fit a whole socket wrench in there. That makes things a lot more difficult. So let's get this gasket and bolts on, then we should be good. You know, I thought to myself, it'd be cool if I already did this to 100 Cummins or 100 diesel trucks in general. And then I thought, why would I still be doing this in my garage then? Why don't I own a business and a warehouse and have a diesel performance shop at that point? That'd be really cool to have one day. But yeah, so I guess this is the first time for everything because yeah, I've never actually done a diesel delete. To be honest with you guys, I really thought that I'd be going to a shop to do this, but I figured, hey, I'd tackle the job myself, save some money, and I've learned a lot from it. And there you go. It's all tightened up. I used this 10mm here. Now I actually lost my shorter one because whenever the clamp screw was coming out more and more, it popped off. And I think I actually lost another one like that before, and they probably just fly off whenever I get on the road and stuff, go over a bump or something. So I used one of these as well to tighten up the throttle valve itself. And I don't know the size because I just have a big jar of these. After I did that, I also took it upon myself to undercoat the underneath. I noticed a lot of places was chipping. Some places were really caked in mud, and when I brushed the dirt off, it took some of the paint off, so I had to coat that over. I noticed the bottom of the front axle was also scratched up from the off-road, and being such a low point of the truck, I really need to get a lift kit on this truck before I do more off-road stuff because I saw how scratched up it was. It wasn't good. It's such a low point on the truck. This truck sits so low. Honestly, I don't know which truck sat lower, this or the Silverado. Probably the Silverado, but this has maybe a lower point than the Silverado. So maybe in general, the Silverado sat higher, but this has some really low points, guys. And especially when the emission stuff was intact on the truck, there was some really low points. So these are basically the only two tools I used to really get this job done. I used a screwdriver and a